I would normally, for the teach me, so as you've seen me teach me before, I generally use something very new and wowie and innovative, and hopefully like using it. I'm actually going to be using that machine next. But on this occasion, sorry, I'm actually going to go back to PowerPoint. And the reason, in my job, quite a lot of people are going to schools that show something fantastic and wowie, and I think it really works well when you start with a teacher. And it might be somebody in this room who's at this level, or it might be someone in your school who you want to connect with at this level, where you look at what they can do, look at their comfort zone, and then take them just a little step further. And that little step is the first very big step for them, really. And it could be, as I say, someone who's in this room tonight who's like, okay, I know how to make PowerPoints, I can do that, but a lot of this looks and feels a little bit beyond me, it looks like a bigger step. It might be somebody who's an IT coordinator, an IT teacher, it might be somebody that you work with on a daily basis, who you just like to take one more step at a time. And we all know how to use PowerPoint, I think, pretty much. And this is a great activity to do with kids, which is basically just using one more tool. It's the hyperlink tool in PowerPoint. And it takes away the whole sequencing of PowerPoint, where we watch these slides in this order. And it basically, I love to start with a piece of paper and a pencil, and just basically make up a story. Do you remember Choose Your Own Adventure, those books where it said, if you want to fight the troll, turn to page 17 and flip through, and then it'd say, unlucky, you died, go back to the beginning, or it'd say, congratulations, you've stolen his gold, move to page 72, and you whisk through to 72, and it was different every time, and you just hope to stay in the book for as long as possible. Kids love that. If we're looking at promoting voice reading and writing, reading for pleasure, this is a great activity. Piece of paper, find all that. What happens in your adventure? Do you find a pirate cave? Do you find a troll that you're going to fight? And all these sorts of decisions that you're going to make. And ultimately, we're going to make a game that we can play ourselves or give to somebody else to play. I've done it around a map tonight. It's a pirate map. It works quite well for history topics. If you were to take a map of Europe and look at how Hitler moved around as he was taking over different countries and different places, you can look at it like that as well. And basically, all we're doing is making a hyperlink. And this activity here, we have a quick look, choose your adventure, we're going to move on, and this is my map. Now the kids can draw the map, obviously it's great if they've drawn it, and you can stretch this out to be like, oh, return to topic, or it could just be something you do in an afternoon. But I've made certain parts of this map into a hyperlink. Can you see, as the mouse goes over these parts, we've got the captain's cabin, down here I've got port, royal, or royale, and all these different things could become hyperlinks. How do we do that? So let's have a look here. Captain's cabin, click on there, and it takes me to the pirate cabin. We can start to put things in now. What smells are coming out of the cabin? Can you hear anything? Click the cabin to enter. Okay, right now I've made the picture a hyperlink. I'm using the same skill over and over again, just the hyperlink skill. I'm hyperlinking into the cabin now. Now the slides, as you'll see in a minute when I go back into PowerPoint, the slides doesn't matter what order they're in. If you understand that you can hyperlink to anywhere in the PowerPoint, we're not looking and worried about sequencing now, I'll link to it later. As long as you've got a little bit of planning now, a bit of paper, it works really well. So again, we can start to look at sketching. Here's a terrible sketch that some really bad child has drawn. Guilty. So we've got a little sketch here, and we've got the inside of the pirate's cabin, we've got little call-outs in there, who goes there. If I come back to here now, we can see just how that's starting to work. In here, I've hyperlinked from there. So how do I do that? Basically, I'm going to put a shape on. I've chosen my shape up here. I'm going to click the shape, and I'm going to put it over. Let's put it over here. The treasure shop here. So there's my shape that I've put over that. That could be a picture. That could be a word that I've highlighted. So it could be click here to answer the riddle or something like that. On this, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to hyperlink. There's my hyperlink option. Click on there, and where do I want to go? I want to go to a place in this document. This is the only thing you need to learn. Right click on hyperlink, go to a place in the document. And as I say, it doesn't matter what order it is. I'll go into the port of Doom. There we go, that's the port of Doom. Preview, check it's the right place. Yep, happy with that, and click OK. That's now a hyperlink. That picture is a hyperlink. But obviously we've got this, it's a picture, it's a shape, sorry. So we want to go into there, format the shape, and I'm going to make that no fill. There's other ways of doing that, which I'm sure you know, but now that is a hyperlink. The picture, the shape has got no fill to it, but it still see the box around it, which you can take away, that I think is quite useful for kids when they're working with this, to keep the border in. So that's now a hyperlink. If I F5 that and go through into my map, that's a hyperlink to the course of Zoom. Other little things that are useful with hyperlinks on here, if I go to that one, we've got that little home icon. That helps us as well. We can go into our shapes up here, and the action buttons, very underused in PowerPoint. If you create a menu at the start of a PowerPoint, anywhere you jump to, those home or next buttons, very, very useful. And it's good if the kids are making this choose your own adventure, to remind them that this home will take them back to where they came from. We have a look at that. Just go to that one there. Clicking on home will take me back to my map. So it's a really, I mean, we can take this much, much further. We can make a QR code and put that in there so that it becomes scanned, and the adventures on the board that kids are scanning, or with iPads, iPod touches. We could put in audio here. I did have an easy speak. I was going to do something with you all saying shit or something like that, but over time. But basically, an easy speak microphone, stick that in and put some audio into it as well. We can really start to take this places. On a very, very basic level, you can take a map or take a picture. You can take a map of a picture of the human body, and we could just put those little shapes, like I did there with the treasure shop down here. We could put a shape over the skull, over the ribs, over the heart, over all the different parts of the human body, and hyperlink them to different parts of my PowerPoint, which makes this really nice, interactive, jumping around. Click on the home button, back we go. So mapping, it's great. Getting them to devise a game with maps and various places and challenges and tasks, and to complete the riddle, click here and you go in and all this sort of thing. It's just a totally different use of PowerPoint. I know it's not massively innovative, it's not like some of the things you've seen tonight, but I'll repeat, if you've got somebody who knows how to make PowerPoint, and that's their comfort zone, and they've been doing that for 20 years, teach them that one little thing, that one little hyperlink skill. Say to the kids, teach them that skill, and it opens up a whole new way of using IT for them in their lessons across the curriculum. Thank you very much.